Sue and I like to bike whenever we travel. We heard about the Bermuda Rail Trail, and after some research, we decided to book an excursion through Norwegian while on a 3-day stay in Bermuda on the Norwegian breakaway. The e-bike excursion with a guide was $189 per person, and we used our $50 onboard excursion credit to reduce the price. The tour operator met us at the dock and took us on a 40-minute van ride from the Royal Naval Dockyard to Hamilton to start the tour. Sue and I are in Bermuda. We're getting ready to go on an e-bike tour. Supposed to rain today. It's not raining yet, so we're hopeful, but it's really windy. We're just getting ready to get set up on our bikes, and we're going to record some of this and share it with you all.
Wish us luck.
Before we headed out on our tour, our guide made sure everybody was comfortable with operation of the bike. So we all got checked out on our bikes and we're headed off here. And they're kind of a small frame bike. We're going to be going in some traffic. And we're off up the hill. Things go pretty fast in 3. Going up quite a big grade here, so we got it in 3rd gear. Starting to feel a little more comfortable on this bike. It's a little different than ours at home. Guide's very good, very safety conscious. Taking a left-hand turn up here. Get off the road, hopefully on the trail soon. There was a van that followed us on the tour, helped us get across the roads, and was there in case we had a problem with our bikes. There was also a person that didn't feel comfortable with some of the ride and rode in the van for part of the trip. Hey, we made it. Told us to keep a bike and a half length between us if we can, in case somebody needs to stop quick. I am now. I couldn't catch you with that. What are you in? Really? You're on 1? Well, so far it's not raining, which is awesome. And it's about 70-some degrees, so pretty comfortable.
The old railway system. So originally, the rail system started in Dockyard.
Yeah.
Right, it was actually 22 miles long and ended in St. George. So originally it was 22 miles of rail trail. Now there's 18 miles of scenic trails. So just like we had to go into the main road here to get onto the old rail trail, same if you left from Dockyard, you would go on the main road on the trail for about a mile or so, and vice versa, continue until you reach Dockyard. So the original rail system started in 1931. It lasted roughly 17 years before it became obsolete in Bermuda. So we had 17 years of a train system. The original design of the train was to move freight from Dockyard to St. George's. The freight at that time was cotton and alcohol. So once the rail system became obsolete, 40 years later after that, they took up all the remaining tracks. And what you will find throughout there now is a lot of vegetation. People use it for exercise, running, riding the bikes, and walking the dogs, and things of that nature, bird watching, things of that nature. So in front of us is actually 6 of these gates going down through the section in Devonshire. The reason these gates are here, at one particular time, people used to use this as a throughway to cars and trucks to get away from girlfriends, and everything of that nature. And what used to happen is the bridges ahead used to be a lot narrower, because the trucks and stuff used to get stuck on the bridge. They have to get crane trucks to get them off. So to prevent that, they put up these gates in this area and other areas too, but mainly in this area. I just have to deal with 6. And that's one. I go back through there. Just get you a little bit more time to get familiar with the bike.
We're coming up on another gate. Gotta go around. So it was supposed to rain all day today, starting very early in the morning. It is very overcast, so we got a couple of sprinkles in the ride over here, but hasn't rained so far. Guess we're biking about 12 miles today, going to end up in St. George, starting in Hamilton. So this is a more residential area. He's warned us to kind of watch out for some cars because there may be some driveways and things here. Nice view of the ocean to the left. Another gate coming up. I'm told we got 2 more gates to go through, and then no more gates for a while. And then here's the next one. So Sue and I like to ride bikes wherever we go. If we have a chance to rent a bike or go on a bike tour, we do it. We went mountain biking in New Zealand once. Didn't get any video of that, unfortunately. We went biking 24 miles in Tanzania in the rain and the mud. We've ridden e-bikes in Aruba, a little bit in Europe, not too much. Yes, we're walking this bridge.
So we are not allowed to import any fresh milk. All fresh milk is produced here. Anything that's lactose free and the other variations of milk can be imported. So we only sell milk by the quart. That would be the largest size milk you will get in Bermuda. It's a quart size, just because of price. No one here can afford to buy a gallon of milk. It's just too expensive. And yeah, it's just the price point. A quart of milk is like almost $8 something for a quart of milk. So imagine buying a gallon. So it would never happen. So the reason I'm saying that, up on the right is the secondary farm, Greenland's dairy farm. You might not see it as we go through. It hasn't rained as we went through, but 9 times out of 10, you stand a great chance of smelling it when we go through. So that's not bad compared to the other scenarios when it rains. So we're just going to go through here. There's no mud today, so if there are mud piles, just avoid them, because what appears to be mud sometimes is actually not mud. Right? But there shouldn't be anything like that today.
And a little bit of cow or looks like cow or horse dung on the trail here we're trying to avoid. There's a farm up ahead. A couple of weeks ago about a month ago, we rented e-bikes and did the loop in Central Park in New York. That was a lot of fun. Actually went around the loop twice. But very cool cliffs on either side here. You can smell the cows, or the cows' byproducts anyway. It's a pretty bumpy ride, so hopefully the video's not too shaky. And up against the hedge here, pretty tight space. And the trail's very narrow, as you can see. Grass is actually rubbing up against my legs on either side. Thank you.
Your bikes have numbers on them, on the back fender. That way you can identify which one is yours.
Stopped at one bridge for some pictures, and we're going to be walking across the next one. I'm definitely glad we're doing this with a guide, because he's helping us get across the streets safely and guiding us through all this and letting us know when we need to walk the bikes, because it's going to be steep or a sharp turn or something like that. So we're on the road for about 5 minutes again. On the left-hand side, traveling with traffic, because in Bermuda they drive on the left-hand side of the road. Really?
right, was explained really
So we've been told that this section is a little more uneven, so got to be a little more careful. And then it drops down after a while, so we're gonna.
I've been pretty careful the whole time.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I don't like me anymore.
This trail's pretty bumpy.
known as 7 Days Beach and Park. So straight ahead is the public beach. Behind that public beach is a playground, and behind the playground, let's go further, is a multi-purpose field. So you can actually walk from the shoreline, away from the shoreline, or the trail to these barriers is still staying. So this beach is very popular for summer camp groups and things of that nature. So this beach is used a lot in the summertime. So we're just going to walk across the bridges here, they're a lot narrower.
A little difficult to hear the guide because he, you know, when you're standing in the back and he's facing the ocean.
I know.
Beach here, these narrow little catwalks and bridges. I have noticed today that unlike Jamaica and Dominican Republic, where you see a lot of garbage and trash even on the beaches along the roadways, Bermuda so far looks really clean.
One needs to use the restrooms, they're up on the hill up there. And you can basically just take the bike straight across if you want to use the restroom. We'll just meet you on that side.
Where?
You do the trail and see this playground. There's a bathroom up ahead if you need it. Take your time. So I figured out the throttle was on the right hand side, which I knew, but I figured moving it forward would speed you up, but it's actually moving it backwards. So I'm like halfway through the ride and finally figured out that's what I need to do to speed up. So that's why I wasn't being able to stay up with Sue. It's so bumpy, I keep having to adjust my GoPro mount on the bike because it's just not tight enough to keep it from slipping. A good part of this trail is actually on roadways, which is one of the reasons we decided to do this with a tour instead of by ourselves. Well, we are getting a little bit of a couple of sprinkles, but not enough to bother with a raincoat. Hopefully we'll get through most of this without getting too drenched. Well, I spoke too soon. Here comes the rain. and the wind and the bumps. Oh shit! Oh, I lost my GoPro. Hang on, I almost rolled an over. Shit, it broke. So the little fitting that reverses the direction on the little tongs or whatever on the dovetails on the GoPro broke. And so now I can't record forward. I was able to remount the camera and I'm just taking pictures from the side now. So sorry about that. I lost about a good 5-10 minutes on the trail here through some kind of interesting stuff. So I'm sorry about that. Lesson learned, I'm going to bring some spare mounting fittings in case that ever happens again next time I do a ride like this. At least now you get to see the ocean instead of the bike trail as we go along, so that's good. Right, Sue? So at least you're getting a little different perspective with the camera turned this way instead of watching everybody's back and seeing what we're going by. So maybe this is okay. A rotary or intersection up here with a big bus coming through. Going over a bridge, there's water now on both sides, so at least we'll get one side. And at least it stopped raining. It only rained a little bit. Actually already almost dry again. So if the camera's the other way, you would just be seeing the airport runways and the terminal building. So a little more interesting, a little prettier on the other side with the water and the homes. So if you're interested in doing this tour, we booked it through Norwegian, but you can also book it through Viator, and we'll put a link in the description below. We've also got a website for our channel with some of our cycling items that we really love, the accessories that we use whenever we go biking. So you might want to check that out. Going over another bridge, going about 20 miles an hour on these bikes. We're at the Stokes Point Nature Preserve. And we're off again. I will say the bike tour is good. Definitely recommend it for safety standpoint and just being able to cross the lane safely and have somebody that's here if you got a problem with your bike or whatever. Not a tremendous amount of information being given on the tour, and it is often hard to hear the tour guide because he's kind of way up front, and if you're kind of towards the back of the pack, it's really hard to hear him. And really not much of a workout with these e-bikes. Makes it pretty easy. We came and we were going to rent bikes and do this ourselves. And then we watched some videos and realized that this trail is not continuous. And there are cars, you're on the road in sections, in traffic, and so just beware. And when you're on the trail that's not paved or not on the road, it's pretty rough. So anyway, just word to the wise. We parked our bikes and we're done with the tour. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to go down here and check the ferry schedule. The tour included a ride back on the ferry, but we're going to check the ferry schedule and see if we can grab a ferry back at a later time, maybe wander around St. George a little bit today.
Starting to rain.
So I've decided to stay in St. George after our bike ride. It's starting to rain a little bit. We have raincoats. We're going to go get something to eat, and as long as we're over here, we're going to explore a little bit and go back on one of the later ferries.
Well, the 4 o'clock ferry. There's a 1:30 and a 4 o'clock.
Right,
4 o'clock
that's it. So if we miss the 4, we're taking a cab or something,
all the
which
way
we don't want to
back.
do because the Norwegian is complimentary with the cruise. So we'll make the 4 o'clock for sure.
Yes.
If you enjoyed this video, press that like button and check out some of our other videos on our Bermuda and Caribbean playlists. And subscribe to see more of our videos in the future. Thanks for watching. Now get out and explore the world.